You've almost definitely heard of One Punch Man. Saitama is one of the most recognizable figures in pop culture, and it's often considered one of the best parody superhero stories ever made. However, that doesn't necessarily mean the anime is worth watching. One Punch Man has a very specific style that may not be for you, and beyond that, the anime adaptation unfortunately has some major problems. So let's get into all of that to see if this is worth watching for you. A series built around the concept of a hero that literally one-shots every opponent seems like it wouldn't be able to do much with its story, but it actually does a lot, and consistently stays interesting. However, the main concept is pretty simple. Saitama is an extremely overpowered hero who is in a state of constant boredom. He is invincible and absurdly strong. Because of this, he can't really care about anything relating to being a superhero. At the same time, the story continually builds up stronger and stronger villains that threaten the world, only for Saitama to casually decimate them in a single punch. The best thing One Punch Man does is take its world very seriously. Obviously, it is a comedy. Virtually every situation is some kind of joke, often parodying common tropes found within anime and superhero genres. A lot of the side villain backstories are like, I ate too much crab and became the evil crab man. But within this goofy world, the characters are consistent, and the situations are played serious. This adds to the joke, but also lets it tell a real story about meaning, depression, and morality. The characters are really fantastic, interesting, and often outrageous in their designs and personality. As the seasons go on, there is less of a focus on Saitama, but it gives the many side characters time to shine, and they are all really great, but also get completely overshadowed by One Punch Man. It's easy to wish he was on screen more, and it can be disappointing when he's not, but if you allow the story to take you along, there is some really great stuff here to enjoy beyond the caped Baldy. There is some over-the-top fan service with these character designs, but it feels more like the parody aspect of superheroes than the usual. However, it's something I always try to mention in these reviews. The main aspect of the story is still comedy, and One Punch Man is absolutely hilarious. I don't know how to describe One's comedic style, but it's present throughout the entire show. It really is a unique piece of art that's unlike anything else you will see. Even Mob Psycho from the same author is very distinct, despite some general similarities. If you like its style, you'll love it. If you don't, it will be really hard to get into. With incredible fights that still manage to look, feel, and be extremely hype, despite having the most overpowered main character ever, One Punch Man is truly one of the best, most unique animes ever made. It's definitely worth watching, or at least trying a few episodes to see if it's something for you. Oh wait, Season 2 and 3 exist. For some reason, probably money, One Punch Man's adaptation got handed to JC Staff, which isn't the worst anime studio, but they have very little experience in animating this kind of over-the-top battle shonen. On top of that, for some reason, definitely money, the entire production seems extremely rushed. Season 2 is a significant downgrade, and Season 3 has some bafflingly bad production. I watch a lot of mediocre seasonal anime for these reviews, and the average bad isekai looks better than this. Until episode 6 of season 3, randomly we start getting some real legitimate fighting animation. There are still some issues, there's a ton of weird cuts, it's very choppy and feels awkward, but at least it's not laughably bad. This doesn't excuse the rest of the season looking terrible, but it is a huge improvement. Overall, One Punch Man is a special show that has an extremely unfortunate adaptation. Regardless, it has a style that's not for everyone, but it's very clear what you are getting into from just a few episodes. With the manga having some of the most incredible art I've ever seen put to a comic panel, it's especially hard to recommend it past season 1. But if you keep your expectations low, it's still a good story. All things considered, it's an S-tier show, but it averages out to like a 6. If you want a more serious battle show with sadly better overall animation, check out this review of Togen Anki here on the end screen. That's all for me, Jamio.